Yes, the title isn't clickbait. It looks like that Intel is really looking to cancel their Arc line of discrete GPUs. It is coming from Moore's Law is a dead YouTube channel. He has been reporting on this topic for a very long time. If I'm not wrong, he was one of the first, if not the first person to report that Intel is working on a discrete GPU division. And now in his recent video, he said that it looks like Intel is going to cancel their Arc line of discrete GPUs. Although Raja Koduri in his recent tweet said that no, they are still working on the plans. Arc or XC architecture is well in the works, and the battle mage is still gonna come. And if you want to check Moore's Law's this video, you can check it out in the description. But now let's talk about why Intel is really doing this, if it is all true, and what does it mean for the industry and how it's gonna affect us, you and me, the consumers. A few days ago, Intel's CEO broke ground in Ohio for a new chip making facility. And no, not potato chips, computer chips. And that was a terrible joke, which I shouldn't have made. But all jokes aside, in that event, the company CEO also said that they are looking out to get out from few businesses, and one of the first was Intel's opt-in storage line. And if these rumors are true, the next in line could be Intel's Arc GPU division. But why Intel is really doing? Because they promised so many things and showed us so many stuff. They had a whole lineup planned for it, and now they are just getting out without even testing the waters. Guys, this was supposed to be the value for money GPUs. What's really happening? And the Arc GPU isn't even launched. Well, technically, it is launched in very limited quantity and within very limited region, like mostly in China, to be honest. But that doesn't mean it didn't came with its problem. Driver issues which are deeply seated into the hardware level, haunting Intel from the very first day. And you can find a few videos, benchmark videos about Intel Arc GPUs in channels like Hardware Unboxed. And in their video, the general overview was that there are some big issues which are needed to be solved, and at the same time the performance isn't great. It is barely comparable to the 1050 Ti's and 1060s, which are 2-3 generation old GPUs. And according to some inside sources from Intel, which is also coming from Moore's Law is dead, the driver issues are next to impossible to solve at this point right now. But do they really have to cancel it? Well, the first generation doesn't always work out perfect. Why not next? Why not third? Well, let me tell you something. Just a year ago, the whole GPU market was different. The crypto bubble was at its peak. There wasn't enough stocks, and then there were scalpers and people like us paying anything and everything for GPUs like 1050 Ti's, 1060, which are barely passable GPUs in 2022 right now. But the situation has changed, and at that point, having a new player in the game or even launching a GPU which is barely entry level and having stocks, having the distribution line for it was a great idea. And at that point, Intel getting into GPU market was a great idea. But right now, the whole scenario has changed. Intel and Nvidia and AMD both overestimated their future sale projections. They have way too much old generation GPU stocks than they know what to do. Their new generation GPUs are coming, and at the same time, the current generation GPUs are selling like hot cakes in the second-hand market. There is enough for everybody, and they are cheap. So right now, Intel not only has to compete with AMD and in Nvidia's current gen GPUs, they have to compete with their upcoming GPUs and also 1 or 2 generation old GPUs which are dirt cheap in the second-hand market. And at this point, as a business standpoint, the idea of getting into the discrete GPU market is really not looking that great with the product that they have. That's okay, right? Like Intel wasn't in the GPU market and they are not going to be. Why I'm making a video, why I'm making a fuss about it? Well, it's gonna affect the industry a little bit. Let's talk about that. AMD is a competitor with Nvidia. And don't get me wrong here, AMD is still improving and innovating, but Nvidia still has the largest market share. With Nvidia, you have a polished experience. With AMD, you have a budget friendly experience, but they both have their own market share and quite a large brand loyal audience. And to be honest, except RTX or ray tracing, there isn't that much happening in the GPU industry for a long time. Yes, the generational improvements are there, but they are not that much substantial. Like, for an example, just think about what AMD brought with Ryzen. They brought a revolution. And I know this is a little strong word, but I believe it's true. What we have seeing or what we got to see with AMD's Ryzen, if it was all dependent on Intel, we would have gotten all those features, all those improvement in 10 to 12 years, and we got all those improvement in last 5 or 6 years. And I was hoping Intel could do the same thing with their Arc GPUs, and they were quite promising to do that, but it looks like that it's not gonna happen if all this true. But if all this is true, which I hope that it is not, how this is going to affect us, you and me, the consumers? Well, as I said, less competition, and less competition means less excitement, lesser improvement, and less value for money product. If there is enough competition in the market, people are running for it, people are fighting for it, or the manufacturers are fighting for who is gonna go first, who is gonna get the more market share, you're gonna get more value for money product, which is not gonna happen. But as I said, Raja Kaduri said that they are still working on it. So what's up with that? I believe that they are working on it, but not the way you think. By canceling the GPU division or getting out of this business, I mean specifically the discrete gaming GPU division. Because Intel is still on the data center game, Intel still makes a lot of laptops. They have a quite a significant chunk of ultra thin and light portable laptop. And in those laptops, most of the times you don't have a discrete GPUs, or discrete GPU isn't the best options. So integrated GPU is the best choice, and Intel still makes integrated GPU with like iGPU for their CPUs. And I believe that moving forward, Intel gonna focus their Battle Mage architecture or the Alchemist architecture in their integrated GPU for better ultra thin and light portable laptops. Or who knows, they could get into the APU game. Like currently right now, AMD is making CPUs which has substantial GPU performance or integrated GPU performance and Intel is just possible. Like they make iGPUs so they could get the video output, not just so that their users could game on it or like game on it quite comfortably. So who knows, in future, Intel could make their own APU lineup with powerful integrated GPUs. And I believe that that's going to happen no matter Intel cancels their discrete GPU lineup or not. I totally believe that moving forward, we're going to see better integrated GPU from Intel. At the end of the day, if I have to be 100% honest, I can really understand why Intel is doing this as a business standpoint. But at the same time, I want Intel to stay in the discrete GPU business. I really want them to be. I really want them to be the Ryzen of the GPU market and seeing better GPUs. Who doesn't want to buy a cheap GPU which can comfortably play 4K games? And yeah, if it doesn't happen by Intel, who knows? It could happen with Nvidia because of Intel. Intel could be the litmus for it. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Again, do subscribe to this channel. And this was it for this video. If you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, again, emphasis on the subscribe, do it by here. And there's Akash, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.